Today we hear from a woman whose brother has been missing for more than 10 years and was last seen in Winn Parish. Our Chelsea Monet has this week's Arklamas Most Wanted.
It's been a little more than a decade since a Caldwell Parish man was reported missing. Now, 11 years later, his family still desperate for answers and longing to see their loved one again. This is Phillip Slim Wheat, the youngest of 3 children reared by their father in Columbia, Louisiana. His sister describes him as a loving and caring person, and their family tight-knit.
Phillip was a loving person. We all grew up, me and my 2 brothers. We were very close. My father raised us. He would give his shirt off his back to help anybody. He was kind, he was gentle. He was a good person, but he did have a bad side to him.
When Frances says bad side, she's referring to the drug abuse that began at an early age, but never changed the way she felt about her brother.
He got involved in drugs at a young age. He spent time in and out of jail, but as his family, we never stopped loving him.
Frances had no idea Thanksgiving 2011 would be the last time she'd see her brother.
We spent the holiday together, enjoyed our time, and that was the last time I actually saw him.
4 months later, no word or sight of Phillip, despite always being in contact with family. His father decided to report him missing to the Winn Parish Sheriff's Office.
He went out to Winfield, explained to them what was going on. He hadn't been in contact with his son in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Everything just went kind of radio silence on it.
Frances says her father was told by law enforcement Phillip was last seen in early March 2012 at Iron Bridge Road just south of Winfield and east of Louisiana Highway 167.
At that time, he was running with a really bad crowd out in the Winfield area. And I got a couple of phone calls from him between, I want to say, January and the beginning of March, if I recall correctly. Kind of sounding desperate, kind of in asking for money, if I could help him. Said if I couldn't help him, then something bad could potentially happen to him. That's, you know, what he told me on the phone.
Not even a month after Phillip was reported missing, his father passed away, and Frances feels as if her brother's disappearance led to his death.
I know it took a toll on my dad. I know it did. Deep in my heart and all the phone conversations, I know it took a toll on him. I could tell in his voice. He says, I just want to know what happened to my baby son. I just want to, you know, where's he at? You know, I could tell my dad would call me crying, just wanting to know what happened to his son.
Over time, many rumors have circulated about what happened to Phillip, but those rumors never led to any solid leads for detectives. Frances says her brother would have never just walked away from his family or his life.
No, because my dad dies 1 month later, and my brother didn't appear at my father's funeral, our father's funeral. Something isn't right with that picture right there.
Years later, Frances and her family are pleading for help from law enforcement.
Please do something. There has to be somebody out there knows something. Phillip is a son, a father to a daughter that he's never gotten to meet. To this very day, she's a beautiful, young, productive girl that would have loved to have met her father.
Have you seen Phillip Wheat? He's a white male, 6 feet tall, brown eyes and brown hair with several tattoos. Call Crime Stoppers at 318-388-CASH with any information on his whereabouts. The Winn Parish Sheriff's Office did confirm that this case is still open. For Arkansas Most Wanted, I'm Chelsea Monet.